In this video, I'm going to show you how to replace the rear bumper on this Chevy Silverado. Let's get into it. If your vehicle has a spare tire, you want to bring that down now. Use your spare tire tools and lower it down, take it out. This vehicle does not, so we're not going to do that. We're going to move the socket for the rear plate lights. Just twist and slide it out. You can see the harness is right here. You want to take the retainers out. Just use a trim tool and some needle nose pliers. You can squeeze that. Try not to break these, and you can reuse them. Just pry that out. Another one over here. And then take the socket out of the other side, just twist and slide it out. This wiring harness, you can just pull it to the side. Underneath, I'm going to use a 21mm socket. Take these bottom bolts out. On the side, using a 15mm socket, take these bolts out. You're going to do that on both sides. The two nuts on the side here, use an 18mm socket. Loosen those up. Keep in mind, once these are out, there's nothing else holding the bumper on. So just be careful, you don't want it to fall. Just gonna leave that in loose. And put one nut on. And I'll take the other side off. This bracket on the bumper, you're gonna have to use an 18mm wrench on the nut and a 17mm socket on the bolt. Get in there and loosen that up. Take that bracket off. Take those off. Them both off on both sides. Take the bolts out. All right, take those brackets off. Pull those off. Make sure you support underneath the bumper. Pry this bracket off. Take those out. Grab the bumper, and it just slides out. We're going to transfer the spare tire access to the new bumper. There is a little bit of glue on here. I'm just going to use a screwdriver to try to pry some of the glue out. Yours may have glue, or it may just have this clip on here. And slide that off. Comes out like that. I'll just slide this clip off. You can adjust the clip so that you can reuse it. Just hammer the teeth down a little bit. Slide this through. Just hold that in place. And take that lock ring. Just try try to hammer it down while you're holding that in place. All right, I just supported this with a block of wood. Now I can just tap this down. There we go, that's locked on there. Take away the block of wood. That's good. Now we'll take these plates. There's a right side and a left side. Line that up and just take a bolt and a washer, the large one. And we'll get these started. You want this loose, just want it started like that. Now raise the bumper. Slide it in position. You're going to make sure you get this tube lined up. There we go. And slide the bolt through both brackets. Put a nut on. And we'll do the same on the other side. Underneath, I'm just going to use a pole jack and just try to get the bumper lined up as close as possible. You could use a couple different floor jacks. Get it lined up side to side and how it looks good. You can always make adjustments later. Now we're going to put the other bolts in. Get that one started. Get the other bolts and nuts started. And we're going over here. And do the same on the other side. Now we're going to tighten up the bracket bolts, these two first, just snug first. We'll go back and torque them later. Just slightly snug so you can still move it around. Get all those tight and then you can snug up the other ones. Make sure the bumper's exactly where you want it to be. You can loosen up some of the bolts to make some adjustments. And then we're going to torque these to 37 foot-pounds. These nuts for this bracket and the bracket on the inside are going to be torqued to 66 foot-pounds. Torque these bolts to 74 foot-pounds. Torque this bolt to 30 foot-pounds. Now we can lower the support. We have a new wiring harness with this one. Otherwise, if you don't have a harness, you can just reuse the old harness. Slide the socket in place. Run the wire along the back of here. Put the other socket in. Disconnect the connector for the old one. Just push down on the tab, slide it out. Slide the wires off. Take the connector, line it up, and lock it down. I'm just using some wire ties to secure the wires. If you have push pins, you can use push pins. Just line that up, secure it so it's out of the way. And trim the excess. Where the plate screws go, you can push these retainers in. Right there and right there. And you can install the license plate with 2 screws. And if you pulled your spare tire down, you want to put that back up.
When only the best will do, demand TRQ. The only company that lets you view before you do. TRQ is committed to offering the highest quality aftermarket auto parts that are engineered for peace of mind. Thanks for using and viewing with TRQ.